Right, so should we do a hardware project update? Is that what we should call it? So I suppose, what should we start? Well, we've been trying to buy broken computers, and unfortunately, we've been buying some that work. It's a bit of a waste of time. But we've got a broken VIC-20. This is exciting for me because I never had a VIC-20. I only used one very briefly at someone's house. Same guy who got an Atari ST very, very early, actually, interestingly. And he did temperance, sex, 20 goes to 10. That's all I remember. And the text was that wide because it only does the low resolution, the VIC-20. I think it's 1980 though, and that's really not bad at all, you know. So yeah, we'll probably start that by doing a video looking inside.
Yeah, we've just the problems we got with this one is we've got no power supply.
No, nothing.
Actually, we've got nothing actually.
There's no RF connector. I don't understand.
Oh god!
Does everyone have a monitor for a VIC-20? It's a waste of a monitor.
It's missing a key. This spring-loaded key thing here.
Yeah, I think there's someone on eBay who does keys, so we should
we'll obviously replace that. But our first thing is to try and get it powered up. Now, the guy we bought it off, this is not a virgin repair. Someone has had a go at this. As you can see, it's already open.
Which is not a good sign.
And it says no power question mark on it. So
we may or may not get to the end of this, but we're still going to do the journey. I think generally people only release the whole video when it works.
Yeah,
we'll do the journey, and if it doesn't work, we're not. You know, I can fix Spectrums. I can't fix anything else.
No,
so we'll see how that goes.
This is all quite new to me. There's a calculator on the top for some reason. Did someone think it was a calculator at some point?
It's a calculator. What is this strange thing? Oh, it's a calculator. It does calculation.
We've had a quick look at a power supply because we thought, okay, we'll just put bench power supply on there. It's just like a little 2pin plug. But apparently it takes, I don't know if it says it on it. Actually, we haven't looked. 9 volts AC. Which is very, very strange. 25 watts it says. Apparently it's 9 volts AC, 3 amp. So that's going to be a challenge. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, we'll start that. We'll do a breakdown of that at one point. We'll open it up and have a look.
I believe it's 3K. It's your 1 megahertz 6502, very standard, with a mega low resolution graphics. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with it when we're going to do. You're going to have to do a retro bright on it, Kev.
Yeah, it needs a retro bright. Very, very yellow.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's talk about that next. We bought a Super Famicom, and I've retro brighted it first. I checked it worked first, and I retro brighted it, and of course it turned out you needed special screwdrivers. So I've had to order the screwdrivers. So I just did the front first, but now I've retro brighted the whole thing. And I think you'll agree.
Wowzers!
That's the Super Nintendo. That's my old Super Nintendo that has been in a box for 20 years.
Okay, that's mint.
So I bought that second hand, so it was a bit tatty, but it's not. By today's standard, it's all right. And that's now the Super Famicom.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's not too bad. You can. What's interesting about retro brighting is you can see where, you know, you get the people complain about the streaks, and I think what it is really, it's just the way I put the cling film on there. So there's too much cling film around here has meant it's done it a bit unevenly.
Right. Okay.
But this plate here, that was so yellow.
We've got like a bit of yellowing around here. Is there anything we can do about that?
Yeah. I mean, in fact, you can see that's a separate piece. So I actually didn't bother to do that bit. Whereas that is actually connected to the whole case.
Right. So you could take that out.
That was the colour it was before.
Right.
And the plate obviously was extremely yellow. Now it's much the same, isn't it?
It's pretty comparable. You got.
I didn't do the bottom of the case.
And that's what it
because
was
at the time it looked grey, and now.
Okay, so that's good. We're going to play games on that as well, and review games on that.
Yeah, we've got an SD thing, so we can play different games. We'll have a look inside on another video actually, so you may be able to find our video of looking inside a Super Famicom and a Super Nintendo. We'll compare.
This one's a bit disappointing.
It's Commodore 16. It's quite cheap, but it seems
it's mint.
Immaculate. It's absolutely immaculate. There is a mark there. That was me. We'll clean that off. Don't worry about that. It's absolutely immaculate. Look at it. I haven't plugged it in yet. We've got the SDIEC, whatever it's called, disk drive thingy. So we will be able to stick software on there. We've got a whole load of tapes as well on a tape drive. I don't know if we'll have patience for that or not. This is the only computer I ever sold in my life, apart from PCs. Nobody cares about that. So it has special nostalgia for me because it's the only computer I ever got rid of. It was a good idea to do it because I got a C64. But,
I've never seen one of these powered up, so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I suppose we've got the C6. If we can get the VIC-20 working,
yeah,
we can do a comparison of the VIC-20, the C16, and the C64.
Yeah. as I was doing some retrobiting, I've retrobited my old C64. It is a shame it's a C64C because obviously it looks different. Otherwise, we'd have all three bread bins. And obviously, the C64C does look better, but that's a shame. And now, in the land of retro, we don't want it to look better. We want it to look ridiculous, don't we? You can see how I've retrobited the case because the keys. I didn't do the keys, and you can see how yellow they are. But you can actually see. I don't know if I'm going to do it this way. The back of the keys are much less yellow. That's much more the colour it should have been. So you can see the keys were pretty much similar colour to the case is now. It was really dirty though. And this is a lot of these computers I've had from you, and this I had from you. So the dirt on this was mine. Sorry, this got a lot of use. Though I sold the C16, that was a fantastic games machine.
I had a C64 bread bin when I was young, and I sold it to my older brothers for £20 because I thought £20 was the most amount of money in the world possibly ever.
Well, at the time, you probably did well to get 20 quid for it. 'Cause I mean, these things fluctuate hugely, but I've seen them rise. 15 years ago was the time. eBay was around. Everyone was putting things on eBay. Nothing was worth anything.
I used to see them at car boots, the Spectrum 48Ks in a bin.
Yeah.
Pick them up for like a couple of quid.
And now, and and I didn't. 15 years ago, I didn't have the money to buy everything. And I got things I didn't have, like the Atari 800 and things like that. But a Vectrex. I would have loved a Vectrex. I would have liked a proper PC Engine Duo, whatever you call it, one with a disk drive, and things like that. And I didn't get them, and now they're hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I can't justify it, sadly. Never mind.
Have we got anything else?
Yeah, and of course we've also got a ZX81, and there it is. We can't really do much with it until we're going to do the composite mod first, because of the weird weak signal to the TV that the ZX81 has. We're
going to have to find out what revision it is first.
Yes.
See what kind of mod it needs.
So until we do that, we're not going to actually do any the full testing stuff, but we will be doing that as well.
So I think the idea is we're going to sort of do them up and then sell them on. Not necessarily to make a profit, but so we can keep getting new stuff.
Yeah, keep getting new stuff and keep
for the channel.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we'll set up a Patreon, but it's all new, so it's fine.
Yeah. And that's where we're at. So we've got quite a few projects on the go there.
Yeah, ideas welcome. Certainly, if you watched the whole of our other video, then you should make suggestions. Be reasonable. Cheers.